pretty unfortunate for the Scourge, losing their Lich, but at least they did not lose their Morphling. Alright, now they're gonna transition into another tri-lane against the top lane, and we're gonna see if they can apply some pressure to the top lane from the Sentinel side. Where is the Invoker? Oh, the Clockwork just killed the Invoker and I missed that kill. I'm not sure how. Invoker probably ventured out too much and got caught by the Clockwork and got killed by the Clockwork. And the Invoker is going to come back, and now the Clockwork has level advantage over the Invoker. But that's alright. I think the Invoker can survive quite easily on the bottom lane, because the heroes at the top lane, like the ES, can really access the bottom lane as well. Oh, and we see the an attempt on the SF. They're chasing down the SF, and the Tormented Soul coming in, and he ons his Diabolic, and the SF gets slow, and I think that's it for the SF. He's gonna go down. Nice gank by the Sentinel side using the Chen and the VS. Now, I did not say this earlier, but judging by the laning of the Scourge and the Sentinel, the Scourge has much better access to bottom lanes and well, to all lanes, because they have a Chen. Now the Chen, if he goes missing, it's not as obvious as when an ES goes missing, because we know that Chen really needs his creeps, so the awareness on Chen for any team, to be on any opposing team, will not come off as obvious as compared to an ES. And the ES in this case can only access the mid lane, and he does not have a teleport scroll. And we're gonna see if the ES is gonna block. Oh, and he does block the Tormented Soul, and the SF finishes the Tormented Soul off. The Chen coming in a bit too late, or rather the ES coming in for great support. Oh, but the Chen does finish off the SF, so quite an equal trading off the SF for the Invoker, but the SF did get experience for killing the Tormented Soul. I mean the Tormented Soul, not the Invoker. Invoker's at bottom lane. I'm just too used to seeing Invoker on mid lane that I actually said Invoker. Anyways, you see, now we're gonna see the other lanes as they're having some support battle between the Chen and the ES. Now in this game, we're gonna see how Scourge applies the pressure, because Scourge has much accessibility to most of their lanes, meaning with the correct creeps can actually gank your heroes quite efficiently, because we have Tormented Soul and Invoker. These heroes, with addition to VS or a Chen, can kill off any hero easily if they are caught out of position, especially the Clockwork, because Clockwork, until the mid game comes and until he gathers with his teammates, he will not be that much of a powerhouse engager yet. Oh, and we see Clockwork gonna TP into the top lane. He is level 7, so he does have a hook. Let's see if he can pull off a nice hook on the Sentinel. But the Morphling is a bit low on HP, low on health, so yes, he gets salved up by the Lich. And we're gonna see if they're gonna make an attempt on the Sentinel. And Windrunner is alone here, so he should be careful. Yeah, he's staying back at the moment. But at the meantime, the VS and the Chen are roaming around, gonna look for any off position heroes to gank. And the Chen is just gathering some creeps. He does have a Dark Troll, or a Troll Warlord, that does serve as a stun. So we're gonna see them going to the bottom and see if they do get a gank on the SF. The SF did transition into the bottom, recognizing that he is too easily ganked. But no, he's going to go back to mid lane, I think. Yeah, that was just a small temporary farming done by the SF. He is level 7, so he can clear off the creeps relatively quickly. Oh, and I think the VS is gonna go down, and I think that was an unnecessary echo by the ES. He did not really need to echo slam the Vengeful. He could have just fissured and let the SF take the kill. But anyways, they did lose the SF, and the SF is getting killed quite often, simply because the power of Tormented Soul having great nuking spells. Right, and he does have an Arcane Boots, and I think I did see, yes, an Arcane Boots on the Chen as well, so they will not have much of a problem, mana problem, when they're trying to fight. You can see SF TP back in, trying to gather his souls again. Now the SF has really reached the level he needs to reach to begin his farming for the mid game. And if the SF does not die, he'll pretty much get the farm he needs to handle the Sentinel. But we see the Tormented Soul being 2 levels higher than the Shadow Fiend, so that will serve as a bonus advantage to the Sentinel if they do decide to fight a 5v5 battle. Other than that, nothing much is going on. Just both teams farming off, trying to gain an advantage. Nothing really going on, just the ES and the Lich covering the SF. Yeah, pretty much nothing is going on. So at 9 minutes, reaching 10 minutes, let's check the creep farm. The Invoker having around 40 creep kills and the Tormented having 36. Well, all of them are pretty much balanced, except that the Clockwork does not have that much of a farm, but that is to be expected. And not one team having much of an advantage over the other in terms of farm. But in terms of level, we see Tormented Soul at 9 and Invoker at 9 as well, while the Clockwork and the SF being level 8, level 7 and 8. So, and the Morphling is level 5. So level advantage goes to the Sentinel. So the Scourge should not engage on the Sentinel in any situation unless they are really in a sound position to do so. Oh, and we see again going on the Windrunner with the SF coming in. The SF actually misses his raise, but never mind. I think the Windrunner is gonna TP, and no, the Morphling gonna wave in and finish off the Windrunner. A good kill on the Windrunner, but they have used all the resources on the top lane. As you can see, SF TPing back into the mid lane to get back his farm, and the Clockwork still staying at the bottom lane. Oh, but the Chen is coming in, and we're gonna see if they're gonna make an attempt on the SF. Oh yes, and they do, and I think the SF is gonna be gone. Yes, and this is the power of a Chen, a VS, and a Tormented Soul. Having a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 disables, as well as 2 slows by the Furbog and the Chen. So this is the power of these 3 heroes combined, killing any hero as they take down the mid tower. And the Scourge side, they're still pulling creeps, and I don't know if this is the correct decision. They really need to get a tower down. They should have proceeded to pressure the top tower and pushing down the top tower the moment they saw that the SF was being engaged on, at least damaging the tower. But we don't see that. Rather, they are quite content to farm up their support heroes by neutraling. But no, we see the Chen actually seeing the creeps there and actually taking away the creeps. And then we see the AS coming in, and he's gonna echo, and he uses his ulti to kill off the Chen. And the Clockwork missing his ulti as well. His hook. And a nice hook shot followed by an EMP, and they do take down the Clockwork. Nice shackle shot by the Windrunner. That was actually pretty bad execution by the Scourge there. And they are gonna kill, yes, they're gonna kill the Morphling as well, the Invoker and the VS coming from behind. And I gotta say that the Sentinel is really outplaying the Scourge at the moment. Pretty much using up their heroes in the best possible way in this situation. having the VS and the Chen roaming pretty well around, and having backup for their invokers, their windrunners, and their what's their other hero? Their tormented souls. Let's see, the invoker converging to mid, and he does have a phase boots, and we see a bracer and a robe of magi. So he is gonna go Django, and he is going the Quas. He is mainly the Quas Wax build, having the EMP Tornado build. So it's gonna be pretty annoying for the Tornado EMP to drain off all the mana on the opposing side. And you see another EMP, and see, yes, SF has been drained of all his mana, but he does have a regen rune, so that's pretty alright. And Morphling being engaged once again by the Sentinel side, the Windrunner and the VS and the Chen doing the winner. Well, it's actually the VS and the Chen doing a good job, having 3 trolls, meaning 3 disables. And I'm not sure if the Morphling can wave out of the ensnare by the troll, and the Morphling just being taken out quite easily by the Sentinel side, and that is not really a good sign for the Scourge side. As you can see, the level advantage again, Invoker is level 10, Tormented Soul is level 12, and you can see that Clockwork is level 9 and SF is level 10, with the Morphling being level 7. And this is funny because DS and the Windrunner is the lowest level on the Sentinel side, and they are both, well, they were both level 7, and Morphling being level 7, so he is not getting the experience he needs by dying so many times as well as farm. And he did buy a Ring of Health, so he is going to go Lincoln's Field, and I don't think this is the correct decision. He should have gone more of a